Hello, and welcome back to the Book of Hours. Let's dive right into it. Welcome back, and as we can see, we've unlocked this smoking room, Westcott room. So, well, the first quite distinguished feature is, of course, the Mansus. There have been many attempts to depict the House of the Sun. This, by the visionary painter known only as the Magaya, is the best known. It is signed and dated. If it's really the original, it must count as one of the great treasures of the house. It is indeed a similar looking image to the Cultist Simulator. Let's move these out of the way briefly. We have two candlesticks. Precision lamp. A curio brought back from one of Serena Blackwood's trips to Greece. Serena Blackwood apparently went to Greece. Anyway, real quick. It's a map of the Mansus. I won't get too into it, though I don't fully know what this is. Kind of floating up there. Maybe the sun in rags? I don't know. But yeah. Cranial word. We all of us come to this condition in the end, but not all of us are fortunate enough to be lovingly buffed and fixed carefully to a stylish wooden stand. I recall that description before, right? I think in the demo that was in the lodge house, way out here, because the demo didn't let you go inside the main building, but it did give you access to here. I think they've moved the cranial to over to here. We could obviously move it back if we wanted to, but you know, it's fine. It's probably fine here. What else do we have? We have Domain Raveline Glass. The Raveline abandoned their lands, and yet someone is still making this wine. We have a chair. Ambrose's favourite chair. That was more description than I was expecting. Ambrose Westcott was a capacious gentleman, and he ensured the springs in this his fortress were calibrated to bear any conceivable weight. 200 years on, the springs still do their duty. Alright. And inviting footstool. How many home from the storm propped their feet here and gazed into the fire? Ambrose Westcott. The bust is cast in brass. We should probably figure out where in the staircase he belongs. 1734. I haven't been keeping track of the dates. Anyway, anything else in here of interest? We have a Ashatine. Lies written in Ashatine tend to fade or be misspelt. It's legible in the dark and ink of revelation. We also have another desk. Ambrose did most of his work downstairs in the foundry and kitchen, or upstairs in the laboratory that later became the Flood Gallery. But it was at this desk that he composed The Temptations of Architecture and wrote long cross letters to the Times about the flaws of the British Constitution. Okay. I see the hunting heads, fucking stag heads. Strategist lamp purchased by Governor Collars from a complicated general after the Great War. Vase of carnations, a bright flowered ornament. On Great War? When is the Great War being World War One? right? Or has that... Is it a different timeline here? I don't know. I think World War One happened. I'm not sure if they dressed up the setting to for the Great War to be something else, but that makes it quite recent. As in, I think we're around that time, the setting. Philemon, Ambrose Westcott liked to name his hunting trophies after former rivals, whom he said his trophies resembled. So, okay, so same. This guy is the hunter who made, yeah, all of these. Tavish, Ambrose Westcott liked to name his hunting trophies after former rivals, whom he said his trophies. Finian, that's interesting. Former rivals or adversaries. So this one, slightly different text there. And yeah, they all have their own name. Anyway, that's Westcott room. By God, so yeah. Good to have this place. I think we should probably check which of these. Who was born of 3 nations and none. Niche plague whereof we cannot speak, thereof we must remain silent. Who often purified what was not often pure. Not to be crossed and not to be found. Okay. Anyway, what are we doing today? I don't know. Let's just start time again. What are we working on right now? We are solving a book. Grand collect. Do we have time for this? Maybe, maybe not. Soon spring roll will arrive, and I believe we get some money out of it. Crank that up to 6 times speed. What's the weather like today? Snowing? Oh, no, it changed. Storm. Lightning bolts. Anything interesting in the sky? I remember we were told to watch out for... Keep an eye on the clouds. Who knows? Anyway. We have our sixpence back. Sixpence. Chawback and sixpence. Is that... How are we down to 8? Oh, because our... Whist is in... No. Am I miscounting something? I swear we got up to 9. Maybe I'm just terrible at counting. Little Sophia has never visited the Worm Museum or even the Mantis in person, and evidently has no desire to do so. She mixes ink which incorporates the remains of her prey, writes her records in that ink, then burns them before the Colonel's altar. It is essential, however, to permit no drop of the ink thereby obtained to enter any portal of the body. Even a break in the barrier of the skin, should any fragment of the worm remain viable, it might enter thereby, and the hunt's ultimate conclusion be melancholy indeed. So yes, little Sophia is an initiate of the Arab named Colonel. So we have lesson Inks of Containment. Will that allow us to maybe, if we and we gained a memory of hindsight. So that was, what was the name of the book? Oblations in Iron. Revelations in Iron. Memory. Hindsight. And that was Scale. And Winter. 2. Cool, so we have Memory of Foresight and Hindsight. Makes sense. Let's immediately convert that lesson into a skill. We're getting very skillful, it seems. Still no skills for gardening, but someday we can dream. Oh hey, Storm. Heart and Sky. Ooh, that's quite powerful as well. I believe... do we have... how much of Heart do we have? Midwife is 1, not quite enough for a 6. But there are other things, question mark. Here, technically we could do, but it should be here as well we can get into with the midwife's help if we want to do that. Alternatively, any of these? I don't think we have a phonograph record player, so we can't do that. Grail, we don't care too much about Sky. Resonance, experiments in history. I doubt that something that's about Sky also is about nectar, because, you know, the sky isn't a plant. Yeah. So I think for now, can probably use the storm to open up a new room. Inks of Containment, Moon, Winter, Skill, Harmic History, Preservation, and Effective against Thermoplasmic Contamination again. Just like Quenching and Quellings. Can we commit this anywhere? Nope, not this time. Where is it again? Harmic History and Preservation. So yeah, there and there? Yes. Well, I guess we keep hold of that one for now. Memory of Hindsight we can use to... oh, we've already mastered that book, which puts it down there. Although I suppose once we've mastered them we don't care too much about putting them in order of mystery strength. Probably start moving them to like the winter room for winter books. We'll do that another time. Sorry, I like the sound of that thunder. Very ambient. Scale. What gives scale? Did any of these glow, or do we not have scale on it? We do have scale. So heart, memory, hindsight, and health all give 1 each. So nope, we are way off on that. I think we're gonna go hire the person, lady. Oh, we've got some Grail in Arab here. Start that. The topic will be a shilling. Down here we can throw Arab into there because I'm curious what we might get out of it. See if it's a random memory each time. We have Midwife's Assistance. We're going to talk to her about a storm. And I suppose we can talk to her about health if we wanted to bump her up to 6. And then we can get into here, web-snared room, or a reeking chamber. So either of these. Apparently, storm will help us greatly. I wonder how many times I can hire her in one day, because She starts off with 1. I have heart in some of these, right? Heart 2. Sorry, I'm cycling around again. Heart 1. Did I say heart 2? Why did I say heart 2? Brain. Health 1, and then we have quenchings and quellings gives another heart. So we could, in theory, bump her up to 4. Sorry, 3. That's not quite good enough. But we will talk to you about. No, we can't talk to you about a skill. Never mind. Do we have a beverage, fabric, memory, sustenance tool, element of the soul? So keep an eye out for tools or fabric and fibre. Because I believe we get those back, but we can't sadly tell her to sit down in the chair for a bit. I still don't know what to do with that that key, if we got it back for anything usable. We don't exactly want to use a beverage on them unless we have to. Anyway, we can just throw some health into this. Can we do anything with our books? That's been mastered. That has not. That is possible, maybe. Well, it would be if I hadn't just used my Arab. So 1 grail. What can I? Where's what gives me a grail? Memory. None. I don't see one on my list. At this time, anyway. I haven't marked down what a cheerful ditty gives. That's from the sky feather. Do any of my skills do grail? I don't think so. Memory of fear. Ooh, scale 2. So with scale 2, what can we do? I wonder. 6. We're still very short on that. We would need to be able to, say, bump our health up and also find a skill with a bit more scale in it. We'll work alongside each other. Yes, we will. So do we want the music room or the web snared room? That looks like it's got a ladder in it. The cobwebs here are thick as ivy, climbing to the walls and furniture. Black furred bodies rustle stickily. Van Loren was creative here. Many of the spiders are probably only seemings, but the webs are real, and it'll be long and tiresome work clearing away the webs. Sure. Okay. Memory of fear and memory of hindsight scale and... Maybe we can do another winter crafting, but I don't see too much of a point with that, other than getting more big jugs of mystery fluid. We can throw in that. Why not? It's a 6. Are we sure? Definitely sure that we don't have any winter books to crack with that. Yep. Go for it. And okay, so we're just waiting on those two, and I think I forgot to throw something in here. We're amassing quite a bit of money here, so we can probably, you know, just start mass hiring people at some point soon. It's gotten dropped back down to speed 1. And there is the room opening. That looks like a map room. At the turn of the century, Sir David Green, 8th librarian and former Nocturnal Branch superintendent, had this room refurbished to plan his explorations and to manage the operations of his many agents. Former Nocturnal Branch superintendent. There was an inscription on something, right? An inscription that said, thanks for closing the stairs or something from the Nocturnal Branch. I'm pretty sure. It's down in the entryway somewhere. On what item though? Not the cane, I don't think. Oh well. So, in here we have... Let me just wave my mouse around. We got some paper. Hallowed Anthropodman. Yes, it's human skin, but it's not just human skin. Okay. We have a desk, vagabond, an elegant relic repurposed by Green for his small and secret war. We've got a lunar globe. It's the Earth, but silvered like the moon, unlabeled and pocketed with craters. Catwink. Let me just... Sorry, I didn't check. Yep. Catwink. The smell of catwink puts off vermin, but it's very difficult to read in sunlight. An ink of containment. Okay. So this is a tool which is quite useful because we can start bumping people's rose and moon up with that. A sacrifice. A silent crowd watches a robed priest drown a struggling victim in a bowl of rainbow oil. The fuck? Silent crowd, so they're just watching a priest just drowning the sacrifice in a bowl of oil. Okay. Chair. Green spread chair. A little wobbly. Green used to lean forward. Vase of roses. A proud ornament. Flower. Okay. Caris. A spired city is dimly visible through a vast rolling wave. Ooh. Okay. New room. Dim hall. Ooh, 8. The walls are hung with weapons as I essay the threshold. A whisper troubles still air, and a pair of wall-hung swords glints menacingly, more of Van Loren's protections. They seem much stronger on the seaward than the landward side of the house. One might begin to wonder if they were intended to protect against outsiders at all. Okay, that's quite a long room. Well, we're tunneling a good way into the place. We might want to start exploring up. I've put off exploring the infirmary. But, you know, we're getting there. I'm going to reset that. Brain. What are we working on here? Memory of Fear. Can't do anything with that, I don't think. At this time. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. It's all this listening to my voice. Reeking Chamber, yeah. Ruinous Hall. Okay, so memories of health would be appreciated, or heart even. Which we can get a 2 heart memory, and then do any of our skills. I'm gonna at some point make a mod for skills to show the like element. I've done it before with Cultist Simulator, where I had all your followers. They each have their own like thing they cared about, one of 3 or 4 things. So I just put that symbol in the corner just so that I knew and didn't have to go check the wiki. In this case it'd be so I can know at a glance that this thing has an amount of knock and sky just by putting it down in the corner. So I'd be able to look at this and see. Anyway, what was I looking for? Yes, health. I don't think I see any of those. But we have health from our... Sorry, heart from our health. So that can get us a 3 boost, and also if we're bumping someone's strength up, I forgot we can't even use a skill. So we can, just by virtue of being very cool, get what's her name? The woman we just had, midwife, to come and help us with this, which I think we will do. So we're going to... Nope, all our health is fatigued. We will do tomorrow. 6 Yeah, why not? Let's throw in our lucky 3 now, since we no longer have a single penny. I wonder if the postmistress... Oh, we have a solid crown. Passing by consulting engineer. Oh, a consulting engineer has dropped by the Sweet Bones on the way home. Forge, sky and lantern. Do we need them for anything? Well, first of all we'll collect that. But forge, sky, lantern. I don't think I recall. Yeah, no. And the here. But that's only 4, so we need to quickly be able to bump their sky up by 2, and I don't think we have. We got fast and we can technically pull a memory, but I don't think we have the time for that. So, oh well. I suppose we can keep trying, since we're not going to be out any money if we don't like anyone. Yeah, sure. Passing by a surrealist painter. She's got Rose, which I think we have time to hire her. We do need Rose in the up here, 4th. Navigating Renkrug. Let's collect that and let's quickly hire her. Hired. We're in a the moon has disappeared. We are in a transition, so I'm going to throw this in there before we pause. There we go. Daybreak. And spring has arrived. So I think. Okay, let's see this. Yearly stipend. Okay, that's what that is. The yearly stipend from St. Ronman's has arrived, along with the usual rather sniffy reminder that I should spend it wisely. And then current affairs. I think that's a good wrapping up point, don't you? We're at the 30-minute mark almost. 29 minutes. Who's counting? Yeah, next session we're going to unlock the infirmary and see if that leads straight up into these other rooms, or if we need to use a staircase or something bizarre like that. And we will see what current affairs has for us. If you like the video, feel free to give it a like, feel free to leave a comment if you feel talkative, and until next time, peace.